Hey, it's your girl, Coach Joe. Come sip and chat with me. As you already know, the real tea is changing your thought process. So let's work. Hello. Hi. Welcome to my page, Tea Talks with Joe. I'm your girl, Coach Joe. Tonight I'm on two platforms. So I'm on Instagram and I'm also on my Facebook page, Tea Talks with Joe, Fight for Your Life. Okay. So tonight I am talking about Best Man Final Chapter. Okay. Best Man Final Chapter. And I want to talk about the character Robin, okay? I posted in my group, Tea Talks with Joe on Facebook, about how, people were feeling about her character. Was she selfish? Did she do Harper wrong? Did she do what was the best for her? Was she a villain, or was she courageous and bold and did something that a lot of women may have thought like, wow, that was very bold, that was very brave, that was very risky. She did something that a lot of people wish they had the courage to do. So many mixed opinions about her character on Best Man Final Chapter, okay? So the first thing I want to do is talk about what I actually saw in her, what I saw in the character Harper. And this is along the Best Man sequences, sequels that they have had since back then. But we're just going to talk about when he actually got with Robin, married Robin, and so on. Okay, so let's talk about Harper first. Okay, let's talk about Harper. In my opinion, I think Harper was a good guy. I think that he had an idea of the marriage that he wanted, the vision that he saw for himself as an upcoming artist, a publisher, an entrepreneur, that he had worked so hard to finally get to the point to where he's actually living out this vision. So I think, he had what he thought that fit in that perfect little world of his, okay? Nothing's wrong with that, because a lot of people do that. A lot of people have an image of, wow, I failed at this and I've worked so hard to get here, or I failed at this over and over again. I'm not going to fail again. So he had this fight in him for himself, for his family, to where he just said, when I get to this point, I am going to boom. This is going to be the picture that everybody sees. This is going to be the picture that I am going to live. And something just came to me, because I remember Jada Pinkett Smith talking about that with Will Smith. Yeah, remember she was saying that it was Will's idea to have this big home. It was Will's idea to live this extravagant life. And she was okay with having a farm. She wanted a farm. She wanted to live on this little, Hillsbury looking lifestyle. She was okay with going to feed the animals. She said, that's where I seen myself. That's what I wanted. And she actually said that's what she worked hard for. She wanted to own like lots of lands with animals and a farmhouse. And Will wanted that very big, extravagant looking home. So I seen that in Harper on the Best Man Best Man final chapter, to where he had this idea, and it reminded me so much of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith story of wanting the opposite. Okay, so to me, there was nothing really wrong with what Harper was fighting for, what his aim was for. But however, you know, Robin, she had a different vision. And sometimes when we marry people in a place of our life, we marry for where we are currently at, because we're still doing work on ourselves. You know, we constantly growing. We're constantly exploring and experiencing and becoming our true self. So in a lot of cases, we marry based on where we currently are at. And when we begin to grow and that person that you truly are begins to come out of you, it's hard to put that person back in dormant for the sake of your spouse's happiness. Okay, so let's talk about Robin. Robin, in my opinion, Robin was very bold. She was courageous. She did something that not only women, in my opinion, but men also would have wanted to do at some point in their lives, some points in their marriages. And like I said, you know, she had done grew to be this woman that started to come out of her. Okay, she has spent so many years living in Harper's shadow. Also, throughout their careers, it took Robin a little time to figure out who she was. Okay, but she married this man confused. She didn't know the woman that she was when she married Harper. She was still trying to figure that out. Remember, she was the shelf. She was all kind of different entrepreneurs, book writers. She went through a lot of different phases, as a lot of people do, as a lot of men and women do. And she was finding herself in the midst of being married, now having a baby, now living this lifestyle that her husband is living. And she kind of was going along in the flow, supporting her husband, lifting her husband up in the midst of finding who she was. Okay, now that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. And I'm here to tell you that I know about that also well. Okay, those are just getting on that may have never been on any of my live videos. I am a divorcee, and I'm also remarried now of 2 years. So I know also well about Robin and her character. But some of the things that I noticed, Harper tried to paint a picture for her to convince her, you know, what more do you want? Now in my group, Tea Talks with Joe, I have about 700 and something women in that group. And, you know, they were saying that that was a sense of control, that Harper was a sense of control in doing that, giving Robin these things that he wanted, and basically saying, what more do you want? I mean, you got this big home, you got this and you got that. And she's like, no, it wasn't fulfilling her. It wasn't bringing her that happy place that she needed in life, you know. And that's something about her character that made me say, wow, you know, this woman took a stand to say, I have to take care of self. I have to make sure that myself is whole. I married this man and I was not whole. He cannot complete that for her. He cannot complete her happiness. He cannot fulfill her in that way that she needed to be fulfilled. It wasn't wrong, because some women would have been okay with what Harper gave them, you know, would have been okay in the lifestyle that he wanted, because that too is something that they may have wanted. But Robin, on the other end, no, she didn't want those things. And that's something that kept kind of battling up in her, that she could not shake. You cannot shake when that person is coming out, that you're giving birth and you're growing and you're experiencing a different part of you that is the real you. Okay, so you remember they got married young, 20-something years old. A lot of people get married in those young ages and still trying to figure it out. And that's where she was at. Now, the thing came up about the child. Okay, so let's talk about that. A lot of people think that, well, in my group, because I'm piggybacking off the conversation we had, that they think that Robin was selfish when it came down to the child. Okay, she shouldn't have took her all the way out of the country, away from her dad so far, and if she wanted to live that individual life, that she should have did that closer to the father to make sure that he had access to the child in close distance. Okay, I can agree with that, and I kind of not agree with that, because a lot of times if the man moves for his career, okay, if the man moves for his career, everybody's okay with it. They want the wife or the baby's mother or girlfriend or what have you to be supportive, you know, because men are known as the financial supporters, the breadwinners, the leaders in a household, okay? And a lot of people were saying, you know, she should have just supported that a little more, but what about her? You know, what about her? And a lot of times people, I'm not going to say this is a male versus female thing. No, I'm not. Because a lot of times people will keep themselves in situations that are not healthy for them for the sake of their children, okay? And I remember when I was with my ex-husband, my mother said something to me that I would never, ever forget. And it kind of awakened something in my spirit. She said, Joe, you are no good to anyone if you have not been good to yourself. What that meant to me, if I'm not fulfilling myself, I am nothing to my children. I am nothing to my husband. I'm nothing to my family. I'm nothing to my work family. I'm nothing to anybody that is attached to me, because I'm nothing to myself. Okay? So I really think that she had to be healthy, and she had to be healed, and she had to be fulfilled, and she had to be whole. And you got people in relationships, marriages, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and it's not fulfilled themselves. They have been living a lie. They have been controlled. They have been manipulated. They have been convinced. They're living for other people. They are not completely honest with themselves. And they have wasted their lives living in the image for other people, to make other people happy. And when I saw her characters take a stand to say, yo, I'm not going to do this, I was looking at the movie like, girl, you just don't know. I just wanted to scream while I was watching that series, because I've been that woman 10 years, 13 years, knowing that something in me, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be living this life. What am I doing? I'm not happy. Even in trying to, you know, tears of a clown, you're smiling and, you know, and I'm just, it's just not fitting. The pieces, it's just not together. And it's not always a bad situation. Some people think because you want to leave a situation, it's because it's something traumatic going on, or some type of abuse, or some type of neglect. And sometimes those things can happen. And then those other things to where you can wake up and be like, yo, this is not, something ain't fitting right with me. My spirit is not aligned with where I'm at, you know. it's just not doing it for me. It's just not clicking. So when she knew, remember, throughout the different sequels that they had, Robin kept finding herself. She kept finding herself. So then in this one, the final chapter, when they went to that island and she felt something quickening her, a peace came over her. And she just could not shake that. She kept chasing that. That thing was like on her. It was birthing. It was like, wow, I have finally got to the place where I know I belong and my spirit is at peace. Nobody can give you that. Nobody can give you that but our Heavenly Father. And when she connected with that, she knew, this is where I need to be. This is where I am at peace. So think about this. I'm going to give you this really quick. Because I know some people, you know, they were like really on her pretty hard and her character in this, but I applaud her character. So think about this. A lot of us throughout the years, just think about your career, your career walk. You're trying to find, what is it that I want to do? What is it that's going to fulfill me? What is it that I can go to every day? We're talking about jobs. I'm just using this as a scenario. Where can I go? What can I do that that fulfills me? That I'm not going to have no problem going to every day. I'm not going to dread clocking in and out. I'm going to love what I do for a living. And I can see myself being there because it makes me happy. Ding dong. Same. And what we do, sometimes when we're growing in that aspect in our careers, whether we going towards entrepreneurship, whether we trying to find ourselves, whether we're supposed to be life coaches, whether we're supposed to be some type of massage therapist. Some people, that's really is a connection with people's body, but that starts here, you know. So as you're growing, you're going from job to job to job to job, or you trying this school. I don't want to do that no more. I want to try this. You're going to go over to this school. You're going to do this. You're going to do that until it finally clicks in you. And then you get there and you like, boom, this it. I don't want no other job. I don't want to do nothing else. This fulfills me. I'm where I want to be. And when you get there, what happens? You're happy. That's a good scenario. You're happy. You're at that place. And I saw that in her character. Sometimes you have to say, what if it costs me this? What if it costs me that? What if it's this, that, and that? How hard are you willing to fight for yourself? It's 2023. Me and my husband got this saying, 2023, I'ma do me. Or 2023, we'll see. We'll see what? Are you bold enough? Are you not only bold, but are you brave? The B and B. Are you brave? Are you bold enough to not think about what somebody has to say? To not think about fulfilling what other people tell you that you have to do, or society and these learned behaviors that you must submit yourself to others before you submit to yourself. You know, your cup not full and you giving it out, giving this person, giving this person, until somebody got to say, hey, yo, I can't keep giving you something I don't have. And I saw that in Robin character. Now, a woman like Nia Long, I forgot. Somebody tell me in the chat, what was her character name? Jordan. Jordan could have probably fit in with Harper, okay? They want the same things. We talk about equally yoked. Equally yoked is not always, to me, in my opinion, a religion thing. Equally yoked can be same visions, same likes, Same. We doing this. And it don't mean like everything has to be paired up together, but that just means I can do life with this person because me and this person is here. We here. Our vision is the same. Jordan may have loved the big house, the extravagant living, this, that, and the other. All those things are beautiful. But it wasn't fulfilling to Robin's spirit. And again, I commend her character. Oh, I loved it so much. Because you go back and you think and say, had I did that, or had I been bold enough to say, I got to choose me. It's not selfish. It's self-full. I failed myself so that I can be something to somebody else. I failed myself so that I can be something for my children. I failed myself so that I can be something for my next mate. I got to do that. Stop being afraid, living in fear because you want this image. And she was willing to risk it for herself, and she fought for that. And I just love, I'm going back to watch it again because I just love the fact that she took a stance and it was shown on TV for millions of people to see that it is okay. This is your life and your life to live. And you have to make sure that you are well. You have to make sure that you are healed mentally and spiritually throughout this life. This is your life too. Not just one-sided. It cannot be one-sided. I mean, if you do that, it's miserable. Don't matter how it looked to other people, because other people like, man, you got it going on. What you complaining about? You got this, you got that. They give you this, you got this. They see it on the outside, but your spirit is fighting to get out. You have to fulfill your spirit. And I would, I don't like to say recommend, but I would definitely say, think about that. Bring that into yourself and do that you need to do for self so that you can be something to somebody else. And as I shared in my experience, I am a life coach. I talk about my own personal experiences. I'm not a licensed psychologist or anything like that, but I tell you what, I have experienced, and I saw myself so much in her, in that character, that my eyes fulfilled, and I started to tear up because when I decided to leave my own marriage, my first marriage, I dealt with that. A lot of people bashed me. A lot of people said a lot of things, and a lot of people said I wasn't gonna make it without him, and I can't do this, and you know, so much foolery to where I had to stop trying to validate my character. And one thing I seen in Robin, she did not validate. She said what she said, and she made a move when she knew her spirit was right with where she was going. And the validation of, you know, trying to convince people, make them agree, make them be supportive. A lot of people are not going to be supportive when you got to do something for yourself. Okay, so this is even in relationships, your jobs. A lot of people are, you know, stepping into entrepreneurship. They leaving their jobs, this, that, and the other. And sometimes you just have to say, hey, it's well in here. It's well in here. I don't need nobody to be on the bandwagon. I don't need nobody to piggyback with me. I don't need nobody to co-sign with me. I don't need that. It's well in here. I'm a ride. And I just love that they put that in The Best Man Final Chapter. Okay. Loved it. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to show you guys actually my journal that talks about this also well, because I'm going to put the link in the bio, but this is how my journal looks. It's on Amazon. Tea Talks with Joe. It looks like this. but it tells about my story, you know, life after my divorce, and it talks about what to expectation, what people are going to say, how that's going to look, you know, how it's going to feel, how to get through it, how to thrive, how to fight for your life. Because see, as you see right there, it says fight for your life right there. It's your life, and you got to fight for it. You got to fight for your happiness. You got to fight for that, and it's not easy all the time. So I'm going to put the link in the bio, and please give me your comments. Okay, so I'm on a new platform tonight. I'm also going to put my new links in here. I'm on my Instagram. Thank you guys for joining in. And then I'm also on my new page on Facebook, which is also my business page, Tea Talks with Joe, Fight for Your Life. Okay, so follow me here on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. Links is going to be in there. I will put them in the comments, and also the link to the journal, step-by-step guide. You got to fight guys, and be about your business. Okay, be about your business, so that you can be something to somebody else. Okay, thank you for tuning in tonight. Drop your comments, let me know what y'all think about what I said, and how the way you guys feel about her character. Have a wonderful night. Start the week off right. 2023, me baby. Peace out.